Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about a DHCP snooping attack and also a DHCP exhaustion attack today. So I'm going to do this in Cisco Packet Tracer. So I'm going to add a router, a switch, 2 PCs, heck, even a third one, and another router. So I'll just go into an in-depth overview of what these are. So, you know what, I'm going to make the graph first, so then we have a graph to look at. Here, so we'll do 18, 6, 1 to 1, we'll do this as 5. We'll call this rogue. We'll call this router 1. Okay, so let's say this is an office and you have person 1 and person 2 here, and they get an IP address from a DHCP server on R1. Now let's say this is another employee and they bring some sort of device in and they unplug theirs. And they put a new one in. Now what if this also has a DHCP server? It's going to ruin your network. It's like a man-in-the-middle attack, so they can actually get people connected to their own router now, and they can have an next hop address of this so people go back to the internet. So what you do is you use a feature called DHCP snooping to stop this in case this accidentally happens or maliciously happens. Alright, so I'm going to set it up now. So I'm going to go into R1. Enable conft hostname R1 no IP domain. So I'm going to go into interface. Now I'm going to set up DHCP first. So we set up the excluded addresses first. So I'm going to make this off the 192.168 network. And we give it a name, so I'll just name it R1. That's a bit bad name, but I can't think of anything better. We do default router 192.168.0.1. DNS server network. I think that's good, and I think we were required to do a domain name, so I'll just do amanda.com, and we'll exit, and then we'd go to interface G01, and we do IP address. think this took in 30 minutes of pain to figure out because DHCP wasn't working, but you need this option. Alright, so let's go to PC0 and see if we get a DHCP address. There we go. So we get 192.168.0.10, and our DNS server is that. And let's also do it on this PC as well. And then we got 0.11. If we go into here, we can do show IP DHCP pool. We have 2 leased, 1 excluded. Show IP DHCP binding. And then here are the MAC addresses that we have leased these IP addresses to. So now we're going to get on with the attack. So it's all good and well. Let's say this was plugged in and then someone unplugged it. So I'm also going to set up DHCP on here. Enable conft hostname rogue, no IP domain lookup. I just use those two because it's something that I always do with a new router. Okay, now I'm going to do IP DHCP excluded. Alright, so then we need to configure the link right here. So we do interface 1. And we'll wait for that to connect. Okay, that's done. So let's request a new DHCP. And oh no, already on the first try. Now a man-in-the-middle attack has been made. So instead of being linked to this router now, they're connected to this. Now how do we stop this from happening? And it's either or. When I tested it, half the time it'll go to another 192. Half the time it'll go to another 10.0. Yeah, you see. So you're not sure which one you're gonna get when you have a DHCP discover packet. Whoever responds first is the IP address that you're gonna get. So we can enable DHCP snooping on the switch. So I'm going to do enable conft hostname s1 no IP domain lookup service password encryption. Now I'm going to make another VLAN. I'm going to name it office and then exit. And I'm going to do IP DHCP snooping VLAN 123. IP DHCP snooping to enable it on the entire router. Then we need to find what interface we want to trust. So I believe this was 1 and 1, so it's going to be interface fast Ethernet 01. Do IP DHCP snooping trust. And to stop an exhaustion attack or limit it, we can do limit rate. So this would be like 10 requests per second, I think, or 20. I'm going to put it to 20. And then we're gonna exit, and then I'll just do that command again just in case. So let's see what happens now. So we got one of those addresses, which is good. We'll do it 5 times. 3, 4, 5. We'll also test on this PC as well. So it seems like we're only getting addresses from router 1 now. So this attack right here, it's not working anymore. And I'll go the other way around too, just for proof of concept. So I'm going to go back into interface F01. I'm going to do no IP DHCP snooping trust. No IP DHCP snooping limit rate 20. So those settings should be gone. And then if I go to interface F05, DHCP snooping trust. Then we're going to go back and request a new DHCP IP. Then we just get 10s. So in terms of CCDC, I'd rate an attack like this happening at a 1 out of 10. I think the hackers have other low-hanging fruit instead of setting this up. Inject, I'd rate it at 9 out of 10. I've always seen it. So this is what I have to show. See ya.